Hey, hello everyone. I don't have an astrology channel or anything, but I wanted to talk about this subject because it's new information that I had never seen anywhere on videos or on blogs or even with astrologers that I'm acquainted with. And so we're going to talk about Virgo and Virgo energy, something that I think I found out after. Well, I'm not an expert. I've been studying astrology for 3 years, and I have read many charts. I'm doing many charts, and it's fun. But I've always struggled to deliver information to Virgos because I don't know. It's kind of they don't resonate with what I'm saying, and I don't resonate with what I'm saying even. Because yeah, people say Virgos are smart, they have good memory, and you tell that to a Virgo, and they go like, yeah, well, I think they recognize they are smart, but it doesn't move them. They're not proud of it. They just use it. So I don't know. And when you say the bad things, they don't like it, of course, but they do resonate. I think like they have terrible sense of humor. They're not very uh, nice to people sometimes. They can be complicated. I don't know. It like for example, there's this one comedian from Spain. It's so funny. He's always making fun of Virgos, and he's a Libra, and he's always like, "Oh, Libras, lovely." And then Virgos, he even has a joke where he's a nurse. He's dressed like a nurse, and he has a baby, and he's like, everyone's happy about the baby, and he goes like, "Oh shit, but he's a Virgo. Oh, we have to kill it," and he kills it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, it's the best thing." Even the mom is like, "Yeah, go for it." So that's hard. But then after trying to find out what drives a Virgo, what also I wanted to mention about like the virgin energy or archetype or whatever, it also doesn't resonate. Like virgin, I don't know how to say this word in English, like a princess or something, like this type of young woman who is pure. I don't know, it doesn't resonate. So when I thought of this that I'm going to share with everyone in case it helps anyone, I was like, oh shit, maybe there's something there. And I tested it. So I went on and I was thinking, okay, about this thing that I'm thinking, who has that clearly? And I thought of this one guy that is very important. He's one of the protagonists of our generation, our era. And he's fucking controversial, very controversial, to the point that like discussions over him are crazy. I'm not going to say his name, but if you're a Virgo, you already know who I'm talking about. Probably. And so I'm not going to say it because we live in a witch hunt era. And even if I'm not saying anything positive or negative about this guy, I don't want to get into that controversy right now. So I looked him up, his natal chart online on Google, and it came up, and I was like, shit, yeah, he has a Virgo ascendant, Virgo Leo ascendant, with Mars on the ascendant, conjunct to both signs, basically. So I'm like, oh, this is interesting. So then I thought of another guy that's also important, also controversial, not as much, but he is controversial. He's a big name nowadays. I looked him up and I'm like, he has to have this quality that I'm thinking about Virgos. And yes, he had a Virgo moon and Pluto. So, moon, sun, and ascendant are some of the bigger, like more gravitational, biggest, heaviest energies on your chart. So I'm like, yeah. So this is not a hypothesis anymore. It's a general theory. No, it isn't, but well, it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it works. And right before I was going to do this video, I was like, okay, no, but this I'm going to mention later because I tested it again and it worked again. So let's go into it. What's a big characteristic of Virgos and Virgo energy that really drives them and really is the main energy they have? Ambition. Virgos are ambitious people, very ambitious, very, very ambitious. They want to change their environment, they want to change their world, and they feel they don't belong, or that everyone else is not worthy or as good as their potential. And it's funny because they can come across as arrogant to some people, to most people probably. But they mean good. What they mean, like they're really focused on improving things, and they believe like in a different world or a different, I don't know, something better for everyone and about potential. So I don't know. It's funny. So my dad is a very, very strong Virgo energy. I have a lot of planets also, like stellium, in the sixth house. So it depends, your ambition or what you work in or how it works depends on where the planets are, what sign Mercury is, what house the Virgo sign is in your chart. I'm still trying to learn that type of stuff. But in general, what I think happens is because Virgo, why I think they're ambitious. What I can think of is Virgo is the ruler, or it belongs in the sixth house, and the opposite of Virgo is Pisces, and it's on the 12th house originally. So what I think is like maybe Virgo is meant to feel inferior, or like I'm thinking of the bow where you aim to the 12th house, but you have to get really far down here, and Virgos might feel they are not resonating or in harmony with their environment, or when they work, they get frustrated because things are not moving as fast as they want to move. And so I think Virgo is looking up to the 12th house, to the universe. And because, what I think happens is the universe, at least in our 3D dimension, is, 3D is third dimension. On the third dimension, or maybe in others as well, the universe is like a clock, like a giant clock made of many, many systems and mechanisms. So you have this really small things that move and the bigger things that move, and it's all like coordinated. But it's made of, how can I call it? Maybe, I would say circles of influence, like, I don't know. Yeah, for example, like we have the planet, that's a universe of its own, and then it's rotating around the sun, which is the solar system, is a system of its own, and then the solar system is going around a bigger that we don't know about, like a bigger system. So it's made of levels, like Dante's Inferno, whatever. So I think ambitious people, what they do is they want to move between these universes. They want to break away. They want to connect with something outside, because that's why I started like investigating this as well. Not only because Virgos are complicated to read, but also because I was reading like what makes people famous in the chart. And there's many, many videos on this. And some people say it's the stelliums. Yeah, it depends. It changes a lot. You find famous people with every type of chart. Some people said, some astrologers were saying that probably Capricorn energy and, of course, Saturn, people who have Saturn. Also, the 10th house or the cusp of the chart was important to look at. Of course, it is. This is all true and it's important. But for example, my mom is a Capricorn. She has a very heavy Capricorn energy. And when she was young, she was in charge of a lot of people in her work. Like when she was 20 something, she already had like hundreds of people under her command because she was very organized. And she's a Capricorn, but she's a people's person. So that's perfect for her to manage a lot of people in her chart. She moved away from that because that's her path. But what I'm trying to say is she was important, but she was not ambitious. She wouldn't want to move to a better house, for example. Like she was happy with her house. What's important to her was being neat, being correct, being on time, having her house perfect, whatever the house was. She was in love with her environment. She was focusing on work. She was not like, oh no, I want to move to a better neighborhood. She's never like that. So I'm thinking that Capricorn energy is more about excel. They want to excel. And they want to be impeccable, neat, but not necessarily be the president of the country, or just at least like move outside of their social sphere where they usually, they can have maybe a job for 30 years where they're the boss in a hotel or something, but they don't want to just move to a different country and go knock on the door of the biggest hotel chain in the world and see if they can work there. I don't feel that's very strong Saturn energy. So I was like, But Virgo, on the other hand, I don't know. For example, I'm thinking Virgo, for example, in a small town. The guy that goes to the capital city or goes to the US or the UK and brings brand new stuff, and they brag is the, I don't know if that's the word, brag about better worlds outside of our universe, and they go like, oh, being arrogant about, whoa, he's so modern, he's traveling and he's bringing all these goods from that country or China, wherever is buzzing, So, well, there's another thing that I think comes with this ambition, and it's innovation. Because also Uranus and Aquarius are the innovation in the chart. But I think this energy is more like thinking outside the box and being different and exploring different alternatives and coming up with things that are not currently go outside the norm and find out, discover, explore new things. But Virgo is more about shit. Some people are moving faster than we are. Why aren't we moving faster? We need to bring the best technology. We need to bring the best method of doing this. We need to bring the best computer. We need to bring the best of the best and bring like modernity from where it's happening to here, because we need it. And because I think these different universes that we are into, they move at different speeds, or if you go to a city that's richer or a country that's richer, they're probably moving at a faster pace than other countries. For example, in the tropic where I come from, where the time just moves slower and people don't care about time. And I don't know, sometimes trade So I think Virgo can also be into trade because Mercury is a trader, and trade brings stuff from overseas. And these channels, the Silk Road, the Silk Road, in ancient times, the Roman roads, you were bringing stuff from other places, you know, because you're ambitious and you want to know what's going on there. So when Marco Polo brought from China so many things that weren't used in Europe at the time, and they revolutionized everything. I don't know. It might be a Virgo, very big Virgo energy. And you know, now I'm thinking about the Virgin in the sense that Virgo can be an energy to sow seeds, bring seeds of something else and plant them here, so we know about alien stuff and people have consciousness. They don't know about this. Like, they may do this unconsciously out of ambition because it's driven, you know? And that's why I think they don't connect with people very well. Or we, because I do have a little bit of a big Virgo energy on my 6th house. Sometimes they don't connect well with people because they think they belong somewhere else. But probably Virgos never find home. They don't feel comfortable here or there because they always want something better. Or, yeah. Well, I forgot to say something that I was going to say from the beginning of the video, and it's there's one last thing. So I was thinking also of how Virgo's ambition, what it makes them do is, one of the things is they bring things that are from a higher sphere and bring it down to their world and their fellow people in their environment. So that made me think of Henry Ford. And I did look up his chart, and it was funny. It was exactly the same Virgo characteristics as the first person that I was talking about in this video, which was Leo Virgo ascended with Mars in the exact same place. And it's crazy. But I don't know anything about Henry Ford because I think I've never even seen a picture of him. But what I know about him is that he took something, a car, which was an expensive thing for the upper classes, and made it available to everyone through innovation of his method of production. And he changed history, the history of the world and the history of the United States, which is a society based on car movement, cars. So some people might criticize that, the cars system, the car system that they have in the US or whatever. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I think it's good in the sense that it was something that was innovation, and it was good for people to move around and for the economy to move around and for logistics. And he made it available for everybody in his universe. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because that was the third example that made me think, okay, I'm on the right path here. And that's something good about Virgo people who do that. And it may be weird because they may do anything to get what they want. This is more result. In English, I don't know how this phrase goes about, like, the end justifies the medium, the path. But it does. They want to get somewhere and they don't care how to do it. So, thank you very much. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments, because I definitely want to look it up more. Let me know if you know about someone who's been talking about this, or who has said the same, because I want to get in touch or just start looking at more videos about it, because I had never seen this come up, the ambition thing. So have a good day, have a good life. Bye.